here, we're the Clark family, and we've sold our house and packed up our lives and moved to Galicia in northern Spain.
So follow us as we start our new lives, learn new skills, join a new community and try to live a more sustainable life.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another week at Escape to El Campo. We've had a bit of a mixed week, doing lots of little jobs, but quite satisfying because we don't really get bored then by getting stuck into one big project.
It started off this week with, we had a trip down to Lugo to go and collect our TIE cards, which is basically our foreigner's ID card, but it's just the paperwork headache that we've had over sort of the last couple of months, and it's really exciting that's a big green tick for us and a long list of administrative tasks that we have to do.
Yep, it's another one done. So pleased to get that done, and it's just reminded us as well. We had a bit of a flying visit into Lugo, but what a stunning place Lugo is. I believe I've read this week that it's the only complete Roman wall left in the world, and it's an absolute stunning place. And we must spend a bit of more time there. I'd love to actually walk around the sort of the perimeter of the wall and have a proper look in the city there. We've been quite rushed the last two times we've been to Lugo, so yeah, it'd be really nice.
And obviously we'll take you along as well for the journey.
So what else have we been up to this week, Em?
You broke the pump to the well.
Oh yeah, we had a bit of an issue, or pressure issue, which you're going to see a bit of footage of, which it looked as if it was going to be a great job, and it looked as if I was going to be able to sort it out, but inevitably a tiny little job turned into what looks like it may be a massive civil engineering job now that needs to be done.
Ever since he said at the beginning of the week, this will be a really simple, quick fix for us to do. Every time that perhaps we've started another job and he's gone to say, this will be a nice, quick job, he sort of stopped himself, which is quite amusing for me. But
yeah, so enjoy the bit of footage of me pretending to be a plumber. We've also started cleaning the chicken sheds out because we're mindful that chickens are going to be arriving by the end of February, early March, so we need to have somewhere for them to live.
I was very grateful that this footage is going to be on a time lapse, because whilst I was not bothered at all with the hundreds of little spiders crawling around in the leaves and getting my hand stuck in there, collecting all of the ivy, which we didn't want to put in the compost bin, as I was cutting off some rope that was tied to the chicken wire, the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life landed on my top, and as I tried to brush it off, it ended up going down my bra. So very quickly I whipped off my jacket, whipped off my t-shirt, and sort of didn't know that I could scream so high pitched, but I don't know who was more traumatised, me or the spider.
So luckily we haven't got any footage of that for you, so we'll save you that, save everybody that embarrassment.
Save them the eyesore, save me the embarrassment.
Yeah, we've built the sort of wire structure for the kiwi fruits to go on.
Yeah, that was a nice, easy task.
Yeah, that went fairly straightforward, didn't it? So that was good.
We weren't you sort of had half anticipated needing to put stays in, but then when that became apparent, but again, an easy job, a quick job.
Yep, another one done. We've also done some more pruning. as you can see, we're sat here between two trees that we've attempted to prune. These are older trees that have been well established on the property for a while. Causes a bit of a headache really on what we want to do with them. I think ultimately once our 30 trees start to produce, these older trees will be gone because they're incredibly diseased. They've got branches which are fused together. The tree on the right here doesn't really have much living. What's the word I'm looking for?
Doesn't have much life left.
Yeah, it doesn't have much life left in it. Yeah, absolutely.
There's no new growth on the one on the right.
I think that will, these will be going in 2 or 3 years' time once our trees take over, the ones we've planted.
It is a shame though, because look at the beautiful photographic opportunity that they provide.
I know, it's lovely, like a natural arch that it's that it's produced there. And finally, final 24 cider trees turned up after waiting a couple of weeks for them. Not sure what the delay was, but we got a call at about 10 minutes before the shop shut. So today, we raced down there and got them, and we've planted them late this afternoon into the early evening. So yeah, our 30 trees are in. Well, 30 apple trees are in.
And looking very pretty.
Absolutely. And I think the most exciting thing of this week is that the willow trees have started to sprout. You'll have seen a picture of that on the intro, but you don't understand how excited we are about that. That's incredible.
We're just waiting for a bit of rain next week, and then we think that they're really going to take off.
So I hope you enjoy this week's footage. So we've been struggling a bit with the water pressure coming from the well. The pump's been kicking in and out because of the water pressure. So I was looking it up, and it was this thing I've got my hand on here. This is a pressure tank. So I came down to give it a tap because I thought perhaps the bladder inside had gone. And as I give it a gentle tap on the side, it started leaking out where the PTFE tape is at the bottom there. So I give it a bit of a wiggle and it fell off. So yeah, and snapping off the fitting inside that T junction just there. So I need to try and get this fitting out somehow. And I've ordered a replacement header tank which has arrived today. I've also ordered a replacement pressure gauge, which hasn't arrived yet, but I'm going to change that at the same time. Okay, so I filed a little notch down the side of the fitting and got a screwdriver and a hammer and just started to gently tap it to see if it would move. And initially it didn't, so I put a bit of penetrating spray around the outside of it and tapped it again, and I got it moving. So I've got these pliers inside, which I'm trying to open up the wrong way, just to force it and hold it. It's quite difficult one-handed, but as you can see, it's come out in one piece. Happy days. I got the gauge off and got the fitting out. Just give it a bit of a clean up, ready for installation. What I didn't realise was the top fitting there is not it's not exactly the same. It's not a 1-inch fitting, which is what this is here. I've got this 1-inch adapter off the old one. I've cleaned that up, took all the bits out. However, this is the bit that broke off. So this is obviously a 1-inch there. I need to assess what size this is on this side, and this is the broken bit I got out. I guess it's a 3/4 inch. But I'm just going to go and get some calipers on it and check and see what exactly it is. I'll get one ordered up to replace it. The gauge isn't due until Friday anyway, so I've got a bit of time to get this sorted. It's gone a bit easier than what I thought it was. I thought this was going to be an absolute nightmare to get out of the old fitting. So this is the old pressure tank, header tank. So this is the old pressure header tank. This is the old valve. As you can see, it's seen better days. So yeah, may as well change it while I've got this. I've got my head in this cubbyhole. So that's where the good luck on this little project ended. The green block you can see here at the bottom, that's the actual pump itself. And in order to get that working, it needs to be primed with water. we needed to fill it up, which not a problem. We can fill it up, and we have to wait until that block fills up. But not only do we have to wait until that block fills up, we have to wait until the two pipes, which you can only see one here, that run out of the front of it, go down into the actual well, and we have to wait for them to fill up as well, to fill the pump up in order to prime it to get it to start running. Now, what we discovered was that it was just taking endless amounts of water to try and fill this thing up. The well's 12 metres deep, we've learned, with a 32 mil pipe, I think it is, coming out of it. So it should take a few minutes to fill up, but we tried to fill this up for over an hour with a hose pipe in the top of it, and it just kept taking the water and water and water. We've had a plumber come round and have a look at it, and he seems to think that there's some sort of one-way valve actually down in the bottom of the well that may be jammed open, and the water's just draining into the well basically as we try and prime the pump. So we're at a bit of a loss now as what to do, where to move on with this, because we can't prime the pump. Obviously, we can't unstick the valve because it's 12 metres underground. It's a bit of a head scratcher. Fortunately, we have another water supply, which comes from a deposit located up the hill, which the whole village runs off. So we're not off water. We have a supply, but yeah, it's a real problem. Okay, so we're building the frame for the kiwi fruits today. When we were out shopping yesterday, came across these. I don't know what they 15mm, 16mm plastic poles. I was originally going to be using some electrical conduit to do this, but I saw these and thought these would be ideal for making the frame. So what we're doing, we're just drilling two small holes in so we can insert the cable through the top, the wire through the top, one way and then one the other. And then we're going to construct a wire frame with using these as supports so that the kiwi vines can grow up then. Okay, we're done. A couple of hours, I guess, to get that up. We've had to stay the corners in, so we put a wooden stake in there and then put a stay wire up to there to stop these. Poles are quite flimsy actually. Once the weight was pulling them, they were bending over quite a bit. So I put these stays in just to pull it out and give it a bit of extra strength. Poles in the middle. May have to put stays on there. We'll have to see what happens when the plant starts growing and we get any fruit on. If that starts to pull inwards, then we'll put a stay and pull that back out. At the minute, it's just bearing the weight of the wire. Same with this one in the middle, where where it crosses there, the three wires are crossing in the middle there. So the plan is, so you can probably see it on this kiwi tree here, or vine here. Vine here will train across this wire, and this vine here will train across this wire, and they've got quite a bit to go at, and we'll just train them along the wire as they grow, sort of around the corner there into the middle, make a full canopy. If we've got to put any intermediate wires across, then we can do it. It's quite a quick fix, I would have thought, to do that. With a little job ticked off.
So you've seen us cutting a few or pruning a few trees now between us, and I'm sure you'll have noticed lots of us standing around and scratching our heads and trying to make some quite tough decisions, to be fair, with these trees, for how old they are, but how damaged they seem to be and how dead some parts are and overgrown and whatever. But this one right in front of our house is clearly very old. It's not in the original photo that we've got of the house when it was just built in the 80s, but I don't think it could have been planted much longer after then. And as you can see there, like, this branch is clearly very badly crossed with the other one, and to get it into a decent state it's going to take a lot of cutting. I mean, it's just crazy up there. But we've noticed that where a branch has either come off or been cut off in the past, this has gone completely rotten, and this goes, I'm not going to stick my finger in there because it freaks me out, but it goes all the way through, pretty much all the way to here. And then there's another rotten patch as well here where another branch has been cut off, whether you can see this patch here, and this is all soft and that goes in and that's quite deep. So I mean, that entire branch there has got to come out. And then there was another patch that I found as well, this patch here again, where it's been cut off, it's gone rotten. So that branch is going to die eventually, and that goes all the way up there. And then up there in the top there's like a whole other crown where just loads of branches all just come out, and there's just a gap in the middle. So is there water collected up there, and is that starting to rot? I think the technical term for this tree is that it is so bearing in mind that we planted 30 other trees, apple trees, and this is an apple tree, did we just cut it down and put something new there? This one's going to take a few days to think about. I think this is not going to be a quick decision. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
So we've got this branch here which we've just cut off from here because it was completely dead, as you can see. Look, this is all dead wood. So this branch has grown around from here up to here and fused into this branch here, and also this branch here, which have fused together. So it's joined here, here and here, and ended up making one massive fused branch just here. Yeah, it's incredible really.
And how are you going to fix it?
I'm going to chop it off. That's it for this week's, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.